What is the typecasting in Python programming, guys? Okay, so typecasting, as the name suggests, when you want to convert, basically there are two types of typecasting: implicit typecasting and explicit typecasting. Implicit typecasting is basically the conversion does by compiler or interpreter, we can say that itself. Okay, that is the implicit typecasting. But the explicit typecasting is basically the conversion we do forcefully. That is called the explicit typecasting. So we will see here the explicit typecasting. When you convert, when the conversion from one data type to another data type, we can say that it is a typecasting. So conversion from one data type to another data type. Let me check here. And as you know that how many types of value we have here, guys, we are discussing right now, integer, float, boolean. Okay, boolean, then your, we can say that integer, float, boolean, complex. Okay, so complex, why? Because complex is also important, which contain the real part and imaginary part, integer, float, boolean, and the string. Okay, so these are the data type, and we have to see one by one. We have to check the one by one which type of value is possible to typecast in the integer, which type of value is possible to typecast in the float, which type of value is possible to typecast in the boolean. We will check that. Okay, so I'm just going to give you the hint of the int, float, boolean. Okay, and rest of the two things, like for the complex and the string, you have to check at your level, guys. Okay, so for the integer, float, and boolean, I'm going to show you, because this is just a basic lecture, guys, so you have to understand the concept. And after completing this particular video, what you have to do exactly on your self basis, self learning, that is very important. You have to go, you have to check, use the chat gpt, use the google, use any AI tool or any existing websites where you have the information, or you can check the official website of python. So uh, what will happen exactly, you will get the detailed knowledge about that particular topic. Okay, and that is my approach always. So here I'm going to take the integer function. Okay, so first of all, we will check which type of value is possible to typecast in the integer. So print, and I'm going to take the int, or what I'll do exactly here, guys. First of all, I'll tell you why typecasting is required. Okay, so let me take this question, like why typecasting is required. Okay, that is a best question, I will say. Why typecasting is required. So I'll take a very basic example here, guys. I will just take the very basic example. Print. And inside the print function, what I'll do exactly, let me take the 2 plus 3. Okay. So you know that what output we will get. And the same thing, what I will do here, I'm just going to provide the 2 in the string plus another 3 is in the string. And this is what we have. So I'll just show you this. Okay, I'll show you the problem, and then I'll show you the solution in terms of typecasting, how typecasting will help you to overcome this kind of problem. So you can see here that I have provided the value 2 plus 3 and I'm getting the output like 5. Similarly, 2 plus 3 and I'm getting the output that is a 2 and 3. Here the values are same, but the type of the value, the type of the value is changed, because the first value is containing the integer value 2 plus 3, that is total integer value, so that's why we are getting a integer result, that is a 5. But here we are providing the 2 and 3 same value, but the type of this value is a string. Okay, and you know that when we are going to add this to string, so we will get the concatenated result. Okay, that is called the concatenation. So 2 plus 3. Okay, 2 plus 3 means what? So here we will get the 23. So this is not our desired output, right? I don't want to say that this is my desired output. My desired output is 5. So this first instruction is providing me the output that is a 5. But this second instruction, this second line of code is 2 plus 3 is basically the string value. And I'm getting a 23. This is not my expected outcome. No, you will say that, sir, why are you teaching these things? We know already this part. That is good. But when we are talking about, because this is what a compile time assignment, when we are talking about the runtime assignment, the runtime accepting a value, that time what will happen exactly? A equal to, you can see here that I'm going to use the input function, because in Python we use the input function to accept the value. So I will just say that enter the value of A. Okay, and same things what I'll do exactly, I'll just copy this line. Okay, And here the value of B, I'm going to accept the value of B. Fine. And I'm just going to write here A plus B. Right. This time I'm going to accept the same value, but from the runtime environment. Okay. Let me check. Let's clear this terminal and run this code. Okay. So 5 and 23 I'm getting as we have already expected this answer. But here I'm going to accept the value from the user. So first value I'm accepting, that is a 2, and the second value I'm accepting, that is a 3. So again I'm getting the 23. And logically it is not correct. Okay. Because logically what I want my expected outcome is 5, but I'm getting a 23. Syntactically everything is correct. There is no problem. But logically what I'm expecting my output, that is I'm not getting here. Okay. And that is a big problem. So how you can overcome this problem? Okay. Because you can see here 523. So how you overcome this problem? This is a very, very important because you are accepting the 2 and 3 and you're getting a 23, which is absolutely not correct. Okay. Which is incorrect. And this is not our desired output. So this time, what I'll do exactly now, I'm going to use the approach of typecasting. Okay. So I'm just going to use the approach of typecasting. Okay. So in the typecasting, what I'll do exactly, this input function is accepting the value from the user end. Okay. And here in the Python, you can, if you want, you can write down this string value. If you don't want, there is no need to write down this value. Okay. So it is completely depends on you. So I'm going to put this input function inside my int function. Okay, inside my int function. Now what will happen exactly? Your input function will accept the value from the user. Okay, and then it is going to be converted because by default, okay. I'll just write down here. Okay. By default, input function accept the string value always. Okay, so by default your input function is actually accepting the string value because that was the main reason. And you haven't asked me, but I'm telling you because this is the main reason why input function, when we are accepting the value like 2 and 3 and we are getting the result here 23. So actually this input function is accepting by default all the type of value in the string format. And when you're going to do a addition of the string format, so definitely you will get the concatenated output. So here I'm getting a 2 plus 3. So we are accepting this input function, we are keeping inside of int function, so that after accepting the value, it is going to typecast in the integer, means it is going to convert it from string to integer. It is going to be converting from string to integer, and then this integer function will return the typecasted value, converted value, and that value we are storing in the A. Similarly, for the second input function also, I am going to use the int function, and here also this input function will accept the value, but by default it will accept in the string format. So back to this int function will convert this into from string to integer, and then it is going to perform the output. Okay. So let me clear the screen, run this code. Okay, and the same value I'm going to enter here, 2 and 3, and this time I'm getting the output, that is a 5. Okay, this time I'm getting the output, that is a 5. So now I hope you have understood the main problem exactly, right? Because this is what a main problem of that this why we are using the typecasting, I can say that. Okay, so try to understand these things because each and every concepts are available, and there is a separate applications, there is a separate important use of that concepts are available. You should know the application, because this is the way that when you understand the concept, then this will help you to apply this concept in the real world project, as well as this will help you when you go for the interview. An interview round, this is very important because these are the basic questions. If you're going for the entry level job, definitely this type of questions, there is a high chance that you will get it encounter over there. Okay, so try to learn these things in the proper way. Now in this particular lecture, I have just covered that why typecasting is required. But in the next lecture, I'm going to show you which type of value we can typecast in integer, which type of value we can typecast in boolean, and which type of value we can typecast in the float. Similarly, you have to check another two, which type of value we can typecast in complex as well as in the string also. Okay, for right now, I know that this is very enough. Okay, so I'm not going to take you a lot of time. Let me finish this lecture and we'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.